Hey guys, this is AwesomeJohn22 coming in today with a whole new Let's Play series. Provided everything goes well and this records correctly, I'm not 100% sure that it will, because this first episode is also my test video to make sure everything is set up properly and working the way I want it to. It's for a mod. That shouldn't cause a problem. If it does, we'll deal with it. Here we are. We are at alternate start, and we are at the character creation screen, obviously. And it's that same mod. I don't know why it triggers twice. It's kind of weird. Today, we are not going to be playing a Nord. It's a little too conventional. We're not going to be playing a Khajiit because, quite honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the beast races. I've never played as the beast races. I played as Khajiit for a little while once, but not a lot. Instead, we're going to be playing as an Imperial. Not this guy. Let's see, can I zoom out? How do I zoom out? Left Alt. Alright, zoom out a little bit. Let's go. I guess he'd be kind of muscular, like that, maybe. Let's do a lighter skin tone. Because our friend here has been living in the north of Skyrim. And, let's check out the, well, nah, we'll cancel that. We'll do face presets, look at those. Here's presets. Are there even face presets? I don't know. I have not actually made a character with the race menu, so I'm not 100% sure what else is going on here. I'm gonna give a little bit of. There's gotta be face presets. So either under the head. No, apparently not. Jeez, there's so many options in this. Yeah, I have a vague idea of how I want this guy to look. I'm just trying to figure out how to go to do it. I'll probably cut a lot of this out. In fact, let me get this guy looking the way I want him to, and I will cut to that. Alright, and here we are. It only took me about 10 minutes to get him looking the way I want him to. This is Marius Crassius. And you can see here, he's got Nord ponytail thing going on because he was raised in the north of Skyrim. In fact, he never knew Cyrodiil. He never even lived in Cyrodiil as a boy or anything. He doesn't know anything about it except what he's read and what he heard from his father, because his father was a Blades agent at the time of the aggressive period leading up to the Great War, and he was intelligent enough to foresee that there was going to be an issue between the Blades and the Aldmeri Dominion, and he had a young wife who suspected that she was pregnant with their child, and so he decided to desert the Blades, to give up being a Blade and go north to Skyrim. He went as far north as he could, and yeah, he took his wife with him. She ended up having the baby. They traveled for weeks and weeks. She ended up having the baby a little early. They weren't in a town when she went into labor, and he tried to help her deliver the baby, but she died giving birth to the child, but the child survived, so he took the child with him as far north as he could get, and raised his son alone along the shore as a fisherman of sorts and a trader, and they made a decent living. And as Marius grew up, his father taught him from a young age how to use one-handed weapons. and Marius proved that he is decent with a sword, more than decent with a sword, and he is actually very good with a dagger. He prefers daggers and knives, and in fact will fight with a sword in his main hand and a dagger in his offhand, and even throws daggers to fight ranged combat. He has average enough magic skill, but it's nothing spectacular, and mostly just gets by when he has to fight. He gets by with the blade skills that he learned from his father and that he learned that he kind of naturally possesses. He's naturally talented with knives, whereas he had to actually work very hard to get to be good with one-handed weapons, longer one-handed weapons. And a lot of people don't realize at first glance that he's an Imperial. He has pale skin from living in overcast, snowy areas. He has lighter hair than some Imperials. He has blue eyes. He looks almost like a Nord, except that he's a little bit smaller than the average Nord, as you can see. He's not quite as bulky as you might expect a Nord to be. And, I mean, he doesn't have an issue with people knowing that he's an Imperial, but he did know that his father was running from something. He never found out what, but he knew that his father was running from something. So he kind of figures the longer he can go without people realizing who he is, the better. So after his father died when he was, I haven't decided exactly, 13 or 14, old enough that Marius could, live on his own and work and make a living. He continued to do what his father taught him to do, to keep a low profile, to practice defending himself, and to fish and hunt and sell whatever he didn't need. And his father did bring some money with him from Cyrodiil, in the form of some treasures that he took from the Blades Outpost, where he lived most of his life. Most of his adult life, anyway. So it's not like they came north poor. It's just they needed a way to support themselves once that money started to run out. So Marius is quite good around water. And, in fact, growing up around the water, growing up along the coast of the Sea of Ghosts, specifically, he heard a lot of stories about the great pirates that used to sail the sea, the spirits that still sail its waters, and the high adventure one might find traveling those waves. And he decided that he wanted to be a part of that. So he's actually been saving up for quite some time, and he is planning on going on a trip, a pilgrimage around Skyrim, but not a religious pilgrimage, not a spiritual pilgrimage. He's not trying to discover anything about himself. He's on a mission to find a crew, a group of people with varying skills who he can bring together and buy a boat, a ship, and then take those people with him out on the high seas and search for adventure. And it is during this, it is during this mission of his, this personal mission, that Marius will discover that he has a greater destiny than he ever realized. That he is in fact Dragonborn. And he even remembers his father talking about how their family was distantly related to the Septums, and wonders if perhaps there's just some trick to his blood, something that he never could have foreseen that makes him a Dragonborn like the Septums were. And yeah, that's gonna happen. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because, well, Marius is still living in town, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail because, quite honestly, I'm not really sure that alternate start can put me where I want to be in this particular situation. I don't know if I can choose it. So we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, he's still living in town, and in town, because he lost his father at such a young age and kind of lived off on his own in a part of town a little bit further removed from the rest of things and kept to himself, he never really developed very good social skills. It's not that he can't put on like the smiling face and talk to people in a civil manner. It's just when he's not trying to be a personable person, he comes off as rather rude. And so people have begun to call him Marius the Crass behind his back. And well, he's decided that he likes that name. If he's going to be an adventurer, a pirate of sorts, he's going to need a piratey name, and Marius the Crass sounds good to him. Though to his friends he prefers to be called just Crassius. Thinks it sounds much more intimidating than Marius. In fact, he never quite liked that name. And, well, Marius the Crass here, he's still not 100% sure. It's not like he has a date planned when he's going to set off. It's just something that he's going to decide on a whim. So, well, he's not going to be adventuring just to start out. We're going to do a couple days of him just living his life. And I think that could be a lot of fun, help us, you know, learn a little bit more about the character. And then I do have an idea of where I want to go from here, where I want to take him, who his allies are going to be. If you look in the mod list in the description below the video, chances are you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be able to figure out what I'm planning to do here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm actually trying to see if I can I save this as a preset? I don't know if I can or not. In case something happens and I need to make this guy over again. Yeah, let's do this. F5. Yeah, that's fine. Because I really like the way this guy turned out. Just gonna be totally honest. Let's go back over here. Yeah, I think he turned out really good. He looks about the age I pictured. He has about the features I pictured. But yeah, so this is going to be the about the end for this episode. Let's go ahead and get him named. Let's see, not prisoner. Marius Crassius. Let's take a look around here. Now there's other things clicking into place there, making us kind of buggy. Jeez. This is a newer version of Live Another Life than I'm used to. Everything is activating. Alright, so let's get to choosing here. And jeez, Helgen Reborn starting up. Let's give it a second. Let's wait for everything to get done here. New menus registering, because I don't want to trip up the game and cause problems. Everything. Look how dark it is. That's what do I have installed? What did I end up going with? Realistic lighting overhaul, I think. And can turn that off. Oh, I've got the journal set up on the same hotkey. I'll have to deal with that. Alright, so let's see where this ends up putting us.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Let's see. The vanilla start. The wilds. Shipwrecked off the coast could work. I'm not sure where that puts you though. Vampire, Warlock, Thrall, Left for Dead. Let's see, I thought there was one where you could just start in a town. Because I really wanted to... Arrived on board a ship would take us to either Solitude or Winterhold, I think. Which, I guess that would work, and we could say he was traveling to another city on, like, merchant's business or something, because he does technically own property, but the property he owns is a modded house, so we're not gonna pick that, because that'll put us in one of the cities. He's not a member of a guild. He doesn't live at the inn. So I will say he arrived on board a ship, and then we can travel from wherever he ends up back to his home, which is in Dawnstar. I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal it, since in fact we can't just, you know, make him appear in Dawnstar. So there we go.
Which city did you sail to?
Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Dawnstar. There we go.
A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
Alright. There we go. Simpler than I thought. I should have tested that before I started the LP. Don't expect me to get better at that. I can't even see where the empty bed is in here. Not there. Is it over here? It's not over here. Jeez, it's dark. That's the cell door. This is embarrassing. There it is. Fantastic. I'm assuming this room is not supposed to be this dark. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, though. Next episode, we will wake up in Dawnstar and begin our journey. If you enjoyed the episode, which I don't know why you would have, or if you didn't, either way, please help me out, like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you feel so inclined. In the description down below, you'll find links to some of the other things I'm working on. Check this out. There may be something down there that you enjoy. Either way, this has been AwesomeJohn22, and I will talk to you guys later.
Fus Ro!